Why the University of Toledo is spending millions of dollars as a safety precaution for students, staff, and faculty. Find out what influenced their decision and why there will be less parking on campus now.
A big change for a local community next fall.
Are you ready for a swing of excitement? I'm Jamal McKinney with why you should be paying attention to the University of Toledo men's golf team this upcoming season.
Firefighters in one local town are getting some much upgrades to keep your family safe.
UT 10's Zeke Fravor joins us now live at the soon-to-be site of a brand new fire station in Oregon. Zeke, how are things looking at the site?
Construction crews are here. They are moved in. With the rain today, they are not working, but the foundation has begun. They have started to dig out the foundation for the new station. Oregon Fire Station 41 has been around for decades. It has hosted many chicken dinners, and the building has helped save countless lives. Now, the station itself is in disrepair. Enter the Oregon Central Fire Station. The ceremonial groundbreaking was in late August, and construction officially begins this week and is expected to take 420 days. The new station will be located at 1040 Southwind Road, near Pearson Park and next to the Gardens of St. Francis Nursing Home. The station will be 20,000 square feet and have dorms for the firefighters and 6 bays for vehicles. I spoke with neighbors in the area of the new site who are excited about the prospect of having a fire station so close. Assistant Fire Chief Mark Mullins says the new station won't have an impact on taxes for Oregon residents.
No, there's no impact on the community because it was through a bond. We got a great rating on that bond, and they borrowed $12 million. Out of that $12 million, $7 million is going to be spent on the new fire station.
Station 42 on Wheeling Street and Station 43 on Bayshore Road will continue to operate for the foreseeable future. There may be a new station coming, but don't expect too many changes.
Response times now are 2 to 3 minutes out the door, where before it was about 8 to 13 minutes. So that time has increased significantly.
The station is expected to open in the fall of 2022. And I spoke with a representative from the Oregon Insurance Company about homeowner insurance rates, and he stated that rates for houses near the old fire station will not go up simply because they moved the station about a mile to a mile and a half down the road. Live from Oregon, I'm Zeke Fravor, UT 10 News.
Thank you, Zeke. The fire chief says the old fire station building will be given back to the city. It may be harder to find a place to park this semester, and this condo collapse in Florida is to blame.
That's right. The collapse of the Surfside condominium in Florida is what sparked a national conversation about the safety of concrete structures. As UT 10's Kiara Jacobs shows us, the only parking garages on campus weren't as safe as you may have thought, so now they're gone.
Parking may be an even bigger problem on campus this year.
So we will lose approximately 1,000 parking spaces on campus overall.
But there are fewer students here too, thanks to declining enrollment.
We're very confident that we'll still have ample parking available on our campus for faculty, staff, students, and visitors.
And this deconstruction comes at a cost.
Overall, the project, when we talk about the demolition and the restoration to surface lots, will be in the range of $3.5 million.
While the timing isn't ideal, Toth says it had to be done.
Even though it was late in the summer and it's created a little bit of disruption on the campus in terms of the normal flow, was the right decision so that we didn't put ourselves in a situation where we had a major failure of those garages while students and faculty and staff were on campus.
Since 1976, the West Ramp parking garage has stood behind me until, as you can see, the university has torn it down. The university plans on replacing this lot and the East Ramp parking garage with surface flat lots. The demolition cleanup will last until mid-September, and as of right now, we are unsure of when the surface lots will officially be installed. I'm Kiara Jacobs, and this is UT 10 News.
One of the new asphalt surface lots will be located in Lot 2 off of Douglas Road at the university's north entrance. The other new surface lot will be located in Lot 13 off of Secor Road at the university's west entrance. Many might remember the partial collapse of a Main Street building in Toledo this summer. Bricks fell onto the sidewalk and the street was closed. It's been a little over a month since the incident, and the city is ready to talk repairs. The Toledo City Council plans to spend more than $37,000 to repair the Access Center building on Main Street. The city will vote next week to approve spending money from the general fund for the repairs, but will ultimately pass the cost on to the building's owner. Just a couple blocks down from the Access Center building is the East Toledo Masonic Temple, and City Council has plans for that building as well. They're considering designating the Masonic Temple a historic landmark. It was built in 1913 and had a unique design back then, dating to late 1800s. A local development firm believes the building has potential for redevelopment, specifically as senior affordable housing. City Council will make their decision this Tuesday during their agenda review. As of Wednesday, the FDA has authorized the emergency use of the Pfizer booster shot. The shot is meant for adults 65 and older, along with people 18 through 64 who would have severe illness if they were to contract COVID. Those wishing to get the dose must wait at least 6 months after the completion of their initial Pfizer shots. This comes after the FDA's finding that those who were vaccinated earlier in the year are more prone to contracting COVID than those who were recently vaccinated. They see the booster as being an effective response to this finding and say the potential benefits of the dose outweigh the known risk.
You may have gotten the vaccine, but the University of Toledo wants you to prove it. Students and employees need to upload proof of vaccination or proof exemption by November 15th. Administrators say just more than 30% of people on campus have done this, making it difficult for the university to get an accurate count of who's been vaccinated.
We're trying to do some things to get students to upload their vaccine cards into our registry. So until we have more people do that, it's really super hard to understand how many people have been vaccinated.
Students who don't upload vaccination proof will have to speak to an administrator and take periodic COVID tests to stay on campus. Students and employees will need to go to the university's Vaccine Incentive Program webpage to upload their vaccination cards. For more information on how to get started, visit ut10news.com.
Changes are coming to Toledo's public transportation system. The Toledo Area Regional Transit Authority, also known as TARTA, received over $3 million in grants from the Ohio Department of Transportation. These upgrades plan to make TARTA a more efficient transit system and to aid the people in Lucas County who depend on it. To learn more about the potential changes coming to TARTA, visit ut10news.com.
Fall is here, but the University of Toledo's Farmers Market will hold 3 more events this year. Items like plants and artwork are usually for sale during the 4-hour event. An organizer says the goal is to connect students with the business community.
One thing I was hoping for was students being able to get to know local businesses and get to know the faces behind them, so being able to interact with them has been amazing. And so I'm excited, and I think that this will hopefully strengthen relationships between students and local businesses for years to come.
There will be 3 more farmers markets coming up. The next one will be held this Monday at Milford Library on UT's Health Science campus. It's been a wet week on and around campus. According to forecasters, we're in the midst of a record-breaking rainfall. It started on Tuesday afternoon and has remained consistent ever since. Along with this rain comes a moderate wind that can definitely be seen and felt. With the rain steady falling, you can see people bundled up in an effort to stay dry. You can also see many puddles, and with these puddles comes the potential for car troubles. Some might go flying through water-filled gutters and find themselves troubled by things like engine damage, the loss of power steering, and shorted electrical components. When it rains this much, it's best to be extra cautious on the roads. You can do this by avoiding water-filled potholes and driving slower down uneven streets. Don't go anywhere, we've got more.
UT10's Caleb Gill is next with your sports report after this break.
The University of Toledo's Department of Communication is proud to announce a new partnership with WGTE Public Broadcasting. UT10, the university's student-run newscast, and Rocket Talk, a new campus talk show, will both air on Friday nights at 6:30 p.m. on WGTE.
WGTE stands for Western Greater Toledo Education. That means everything we do here, radio, TV, outreach components, or anything we do has to have an educational part to it. We are hoping to accomplish here with this partnership getting the great content from the students, their views and how they look at issues that are happening in the news, and then providing that contact for our community. So the partnership is really twofold. It's great for the university and it's great for us as well to get that inside content from the students' point of view.
Thank you to WGTE for giving broadcast students of the future a new home.
I'm Caleb Gill, and this is your UT10 News Sports Report. The Rockets football team played against Colorado State this past weekend, but first, the 2021 Toledo's men's golf season started this week. UT 10's Jamon McKinney joins us now live in the newsroom. Jamon, the team is looking to improve this year. How will they do that?
Caleb, the Rockets believe they have grown tremendously since last season. We can expect a more consistent team from last season, led by a sophomore that many fans should certainly be keeping their eyes on. Fans believe that Baron Botha may only be scratching the surface regarding his potential on the golf course. The South African sophomore sensation is looking to build off a fantastic freshman season in which he was named MAC Freshman of the Year and First Team All-MAC. Head coach Jeff Roop also has been very impressed with not only Baron's play on the field, but his leadership qualities as well. While last season brought some bright spots to the program, the Rockets are looking to improve tremendously and take a huge leap forward in 2021. Coach Roop believes the camaraderie of the team as a whole, along with Barron's resounding impact, will help guide the Rockets towards what is hopefully a very successful season, which begins on the road at the Husky Invitational in Bremerton, Washington.
But Barron can hit shots that, a small percentage of people can hit, and he sees the golf course at a higher level. Yeah, his expectations are pretty high when it comes to the leadership role that he needs to play with this team.
After a 15th-place finish in day one of the tournament, the Rockets were able to move up 4 spots in the final round of the Husky Invitational. Strong performances from sophomores Jamie Nielsen and Baron Botha helped lead the way. Live in the newsroom for UT 10 News, I'm Jamon McKinney.
The Rockets football team was hoping to come back strong this past weekend after a tough loss at Notre Dame, but Colorado State had other plans in mind. In a game that featured very little offense and a whole lot of defense and penalties, the Rockets were never able to get a lead against the Colorado State Rams. Star running back Brian Koback was only able to attain 32 yards rushing on the day. This after having 114 yards a week prior at Notre Dame. The score at halftime was 3-3, with Colorado State getting a field goal in the first quarter and Toledo getting one in the second. The Rockets also fumbled the ball in Colorado State territory later on, setting the Rams up for another field goal. The only touchdown of the game was scored on a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown by Colorado State's Thomas Panunzio. The Rockets would end up losing the game 22-6. Rockets quarterback Carter Bradley finished the day with 250 yards passing, and Bryce Mitchell as a leading receiver at 5 catches for 87 yards. For Colorado State, tight end Trey McBride had 109 yards receiving and 9 receptions, and running back David Bailey rushed for 132 yards. Don't look now, but the women's soccer team has 5 wins before starting MAC play. The women's soccer team for the Toledo Rockets have been in some close games as of late, but going into MAC play with 5 wins will hopefully give them momentum moving forward. The last home game for the Rockets was a close one, something that has not been uncommon for them. It was now for lack of shots that the game only had 1 score, for each team had double-digit shots on the goal. It felt like this game might go into overtime before Illinois' Sydney Stevens made the only goal in the 78th minute. The final score of the game was Illinois defeating Toledo 1-0. The women's soccer team starts MAC play today at Northern Illinois before coming back home on Sunday versus Western Michigan. And the Rockets football team will be in Muncie, Indiana this upcoming weekend, where they will open up MAC play as well versus Ball State. Their next home game will be on October 9th against Northern Illinois for the homecoming game. Back to you, Jordan Tiara.
Thank you, Caleb. That's it for UT 10 News.
Remember, you can catch newscast replays on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on social media and listen to 88.3 WX UTFM Saturday mornings at 7:45 for the UT 10 Weekly News Update. We'll see you next week.